Hey guys, welcome back for another session of SAT Math Prep. Today's question is a little bit similar to the last one because they give you a sequence and they ask you a question, but it's kind of a little bit different. But let's just take a look. It gives us a sequence, and then it says the first term of the sequence is 2, and every term after is -2 times the preceding. How many of the first 50 terms are less than 100? Okay, so the first thing that may come to mind is to just list all 50 terms and then count how many are 100. But we should know by now that that's not the most efficient way to do things, especially since on the SATs you're pretty limited in terms of time. And so I'm going to show you a way that's more logical, a little bit involves logic, and it's going to be not as time consuming. Okay, so let's get started. The first term, they tell you the first term is 2, right? And we can see that. And the second term is -2 times the preceding. So it's -2 times 2. And the third term is going to be another -2 added, multiplied to this. So you're going to get -2 squared times 2. And then the third, which is, here I'm just going to write a couple more. So third is going to be -2 cubed times 2, and so on, right? And then, so we see that first you have 2, and then -2 raised to the first power, and -2 raised to the second, and -2 raised to the third. And this term is essentially -2 to the 0th power times 2. We can write it like that, because anything raised to the 0th power is just 1. So we can write it like that. And since they only asked for the first 50 terms, we know that the last term is going to be -2 to the 49 times 2, right? Because you start from 0, and then 50 terms later, you're going to get 49. Okay, so looking at this, we can also see that every other term is going to be negative. So you have positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. And we see that, we notice that for all the negative terms, the exponent for -2 is going to be odd. So 1, 3, 5, all those are going to be odd. So we can deduce that -2 raised to an odd exponent is going to give you, a negative number, which is less than 100. So half of all 50 terms, so that means 25 terms are going to, we already know that for sure, they're going to be less than 100 because they're going to be negative. So we can write that here, because, and this stands for, you know, -2 raised to an odd integer, raised to an odd exponent. Now we can look at whenever -2 is raised to an even exponent, where k is just like any positive integer. In this case, we need to find how many of those are less than 100. And this one, because I guess we can just plug in numbers for k, starting with when k equals, -2, 2k times 2. Let's start with when k equals 0. When k equals 0, you're just going to get 2. And then when k equals 1, you're going to get 4, 8. And then when k equals 2, you're going to get 4, that looks like 16 times 2, 32. And then let's keep on plugging in for k. When k equals 3, you're going to get 6, 2 raised to the 6th, I believe is 64, and then times 2 is, you're going to get 128. So we see that 128 is less, not less, it's greater than 100. So k equals 3 does not work. However, everything before that, when k equals 2, 1, or 0, you do get numbers that are less than 100. So we see that we get 3 terms. So we know 3 of those even terms are less than 100. So 25 plus 3 is going to give you 28. And if we see now, C is going to be our answer. Okay, I hope that helps some of you guys for these kinds of questions, but thanks again for watching, and I hope you join us again.